Hey guys, it's your N.G.O.s back here again with another video, part 3 of my bucket list. Hope people hope people enjoyed the first and second one if they have already checked it out. If not, please check it out. One of the things I was thinking outside of my control, I hope that God blesses my health and also my family's. And really, I wish God would bless everyone's health. But sorry, I don't know what that was. But yeah, I wish that God would make everyone blessed. But yeah, I hope you'll bless my health and make me feel healthy and safe and heal my. I don't really have huge health problems at the moment, so I'm quite lucky. I think because I walk quite a lot, so despite my diet at the moment, I don't seem to have that bad health problems. But at the moment, my foot's a bit sore and it's a bit uncomfortable, but or both of them really are. But and I keep having a bit of bad imagination, so I hope God will plant positive thoughts in my mind, heart, and soul. Anyway, back onto the list. Again, I didn't really think of this as well as I'd like, so I'm trying to stay organised. But number 21, I hope to remember as many of my old ideas as possible and to promote people to learn about Asian culture and history and remind myself of what my goals are and how I plan to support people across Asia and that sort of thing, and across what I call the four. As I said before, I'm mainly just to remind myself and others what I said I wanted to focus on. Which is like supporting Asia in April, May, and June. So still got a while to go. Anyhow, so I hope to remember my old ideas and also like share them with people in Asia, Africa, and places like that, and hope it will benefit them as well as countries like Ireland, and work on anti-imperialism and things like that. 22. Hope to look to the future, and as I say, I dream to like go to. As I said, I dream to mainly go to all possible parts of Africa, Asia, the Americas, indigenous communities, support them, possibly Latin parts of America as well. To support non-WASP communities in America, perhaps, and things like that, for instance, diverse communities in America and things like that, and in the Americas generally and around the world. And I've visited, as I said before, one Aboriginal centre in Australasia, and I hope to visit as many as possible, as well as Maori places and all that sort of stuff. If they already have their own centres, or help them to have their own centres, and if I could fundraise for their businesses and perhaps encourage people to mentor for them, and people of colour like who have done well in business to teach each other and things like that. And I also hope to go to parts of Ireland as well, or as many parts of Ireland as possible as an anti-imperialist, and support them, and also to go, this is a bit contradictory, or a bit of a strange sort of thing. And as I talked about before, being mixed race, I joke about being mixed up. So I say I'm an anti-imperialist, but I still support Italian football because I supported them since I was like 14 or something like that, probably even younger than that. So I'm now 38, so that's about, believe it or not, so that's about 24 years or so more than half my life. So even though I'm an anti-imperialist, I still support Italian football. So I hope to go to Italy and share my ideas and hopefully pleasantly surprise myself, and also to host dyslexia events in Italy and show what we can do with our creativity and ideas, things like football, and work with. Another thing is to work with organisations such as the Dyslexic Advantage, Made by Dyslexia, and others to talk about the positive traits of dyslexia. And as part of that project, and also the Festival of Dyslexia, the Festival of Dyslexic Culture, and other organisations around the world to to talk about the positive sides of dyslexia, as many of these organisations do, but to do so in countries where they might not know much about dyslexia, such as Asian and African nations, as I said before, possibly even the other parts of the four, like indigenous Australasians, Maoris, Aborigines, and so forth, and indigenous or Native Americans, to learn about dyslexia as well, possibly, but especially Africa and Asia, and to empower them, as I talked before about creating like the next Richard Branson training academies for dyslexic entrepreneurs, to learn how to be entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, Charles Schwab, and people like that, and how banks perhaps encourage banks to invest in dyslexic entrepreneurs and talk about the strengths of dyslexic entrepreneurs, and have conferences and events like this. The Dyslexic Advantage, sorry, I'm speaking so fast. The Dyslexic Advantage did in America, to have those in places like India and China, Malaysia, and places like that all over Asia. So, and to bring these organisations together, and places like Singapore, as I say, all over Asia, and Singapore have quite a good dyslexia association, and I think the founder of Singapore was actually dyslexic as well, first prime minister. So looking at those sorts of things and famous dyslexics and things like that, which I hope to talk more about tomorrow because of my alliterations, famous Fridays and things like that. So I hope to do another bucket list, but more, maybe even more outlandish or more dreamy or dreamlike or whatever you call it. Anyway, so I try and get on with the list. But yeah, so to create organisations like that can, as many as possible, that would train entrepreneurs in those countries and host events. And again, because I'm an Italian football fan, combining the two together to get dyslexics to talk about, to go to Italy and play football and talk about the strengths dyslexics have, and then for people in Italy to learn about that the dyslexic class, excuse me, the dyslexic classmates might be really good at stuff like sports or other things. 23, again, hope to help as many people as possible fundraise, think of all possible ways to fundraise and hear other people's ideas and support people and empower people as much as possible, make the world a better place, build bridges and things like that. 24, again, as I said before, I dream to sort of help as many dyslexic people to become millionaires or even billionaires perhaps, or to fulfill their dreams wherever they are across Asia especially, and also Africa and places like that. And also in Ireland as well, talking about what dyslexic people can contribute to the Irish economy as again as an anti-imperialist. And yeah, just raising that awareness and empowering people. But I mean, I suppose many people, especially when they're young, want to become millionaires or even billionaires. So, but whatever their dreams or aspirations or goals are, show you can achieve it. And again, I'd love to encourage people like Richard Branson to mentor, as well as setting up their own training academies. And maybe if he trains them, they can be like he can benefit. I think they call it beneficiaries, if that's the right word. But he can benefit from them if and when they become financially successful, and when he's much older, even older, maybe in 10 or 15 or 20 years if he lives that long. Hopefully they can return the favour. So hopefully everyone will be a winner. So kind of, if that's possible. 25, again, hope to support republics as much as possible and create my quirky networks like Republican events and things like that, and helping republics network around the world and find out facts, interesting facts like the world's richest republics or the world's richest citizens from republics and things like that. 26, again, hope to work with anti-imperialists, people of colour, and to challenge extremism, white supremacy. As I said before, I use these terms interchangeably, like white supremacy, neo-Nazism, or the far right, or whatever that. Basically, people that hate people of colour. So hopefully that will be used to bring us together and build bridges. So we turn that hate into love, so make a positive from it. 27. I hope to be thankful and have a list of all the people who have done good things for me. And I was thinking about this as a fan, as I say, of both Serie A and Celtic. Like to start a culture of writing letters to, I'm not a big fan of culture, but a new way of life, like to write letters to people who have supported the clubs, like the club Celtic or the clubs in Italy, like Serie A, or even lower division clubs, and talk about thanking sponsors, thanking people who helped us, and like having a list of the top X number of sponsors or supporters and people who have done things for the club. And also, like, a cheeky idea of mine is to, like, from Celtic's point of view, for instance, is to write a thank you note for every club who's beat Rangers because they're the rivals. So sorry for my geeky laugh, but so I'd love to know, as I say, I love to know, as I often say, what you think of these ideas or thoughts of mine or quirkiness or whatever. 28, again, I know my channel's been growing quite slow, and I hope I don't bore people or repeat myself, but I'd love to have positive comments because that would really encourage me, but also to have as many subscribers and likes and shares and all that sort of stuff. So I hope to get as much support for my channel as possible. And yeah, just as I'm struggling to put a number on it because I don't want to be too. Obviously, there's never going to be too many subscribers or like likes or shares or anything like that. I think I'd always want more the merrier and all that sort of thing. But I'm thinking like people of color are probably POC people of color are probably 90% of the world. As I mentioned before, but I mean, if they all joined YouTube and liked my videos and shared them and all that, but some will obviously, if they don't find it interesting enough, they probably won't have, well, obviously they're not going to watch or even subscribe to the videos, I imagine. But if I can get a certain amount, often, like I talked before about how like dyslexics, if subscribing to each other, we could get like 70 to even 700 million subscribers around the world who are dyslexic. But that'll be every single dyslexic. So, but yeah, I hope to have, as many subscribers as possible. Of course, yeah. Sorry. And 29. I hope that dyslexic and mixed race people as well, and as I say, people of color generally, and disabled people and other groups will support my channel as much as possible. And number 30, again, I might make updated versions of this list, and I hope to think of new ideas and things like that. And that covers everything. As ever, if I think of any more ideas, I might post them in the comment section. Okay, peace and love.